Need more cheers coffees.
They do now.
So, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
First guest on your own show.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Feels excellent. Yeah.
We're introducing a interview series for Proponent Records. We thought it was a good idea to start it all off by introducing Proponent Records and ask the founder, Ryan, a couple of questions. So I guess first things first, how did you choose the name Proponent Records?
So the name itself and the word proponent means someone who champions new ideas or really embraces things that are making powerful change. So that is kind of the whole essence of what we are as a label. We really like trying to find those kind of new and uncovered sounds and give a home to, I guess, things that might not necessarily follow trends or anything like that, and just allows for a home for all different and unique and diverse types of sounds.
So what else do you guys do other than music?
So we do our music and we do a lot of events and stuff as well to, I guess, help sort of promote and establish a community. But we also do a lot of visuals for raves and dance music events. It's all sort of live created and live performed visual installations. Yeah.
So you've got your music, you've got your visuals. How do you find the time to run everything? How do you get it all done?
Well, there's a lot that goes into sort of running a project like this, and there's probably a lot that I guess the average person might not necessarily completely understand that sort of goes into it. We're quite a small team, and there's a lot that needs to be done in terms of the marketing and the socials, as well as, I guess, all your finance and all the fun stuff like that. I'm not really sure where the time comes from, but it's something that we all love doing so much, and yeah, every second sort of gets spent on this.
Yeah. How many people's in the team?
There's 7 of us that make up the team. There's yourself, Ricky, as well as we've got Cal, Christian, Brucey, and Josh and Pete. Everyone's sort of got their own little role and sort of little part that they work on. And it just allows us to cover, I guess, the breadth of stuff that we try and work on, yeah.
Now, you've been releasing a lot of VA albums and EPs, so VA various artists. What do you think differentiates the Proponent VAs compared to the others?
Well, oh, get out of here, homie.
Okay.
Quick wasp break. So yeah, there's a few things that I think make our releases really special. Because of how diverse we are in the collection and curation of the music itself, there's so many different styles and genres that make up the albums, and there can be between, sort of 15 to 20 songs on the albums. They all come from sort of a different style or genre, but we try to work really hard in putting the track list in a way that tells some sort of story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I always liked how we always have an interlude, and even an outro in the last one. I think that's really nice to break things up a bit. How do you think the label is making a shift in the Melbourne music scene right now?
Having a place and allowing all of these all these different sounds to make sure that not just what's trendy or not just what is popular. I do believe that the only way that underground music or a scene is going to continue to thrive if new ideas are continually rewarded, because true creativity and originality can only come if there is freedom for people to feel like they can express themselves in whatever way they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and I think us releasing for those people, it's also giving them a platform to express and not feeling like the music can only be heard if they're making a certain type of music.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. And I do also feel like with some of the artists that we've already worked with in the past, we've already sort of seen that platform, help develop people. Like some of the people that we have worked with or released with in their past, it's been their first ever kind of release, even though they've got a catalogue of music that they've been working on, or it's been their first gig that they've ever played in front of people. And so it feels good to be able to give that platform to the people who we feel like really deserve it and who really push the musical culture here forward.
And what's this interview series? What are you trying to achieve with this?
So over the last 2 and a bit years of us, working on this project, we've met a lot of interesting people, heard a lot of incredible stories, and it just feels like a really good way to help start some conversations around things that really affect our scene. But also some of the stories that we've heard, I just feel like really need to get out there. I think it's also important that we pay respect to where this scene has come from and how where it's come from is going to sort of help shape where things are going to go into the future. Especially with things like trends, like everything seems to come and go, and music that was popular at one point might not be popular now, but it might come back, and all that kind of thing. So yeah, we really want to just document, I guess, not just what the scene is now, but also, where it came from and why that shapes where it is today and where it's going.
So what gets you through when it's tough?
What really gets me through because it does get tough sometimes, doing something like this, just because of, how much we're doing and how important I feel like the mission is to me. And what really gets me through is seeing how important it can be to other people as well. Like I was sort of saying before, this being, some people's first ever release or their first gig or first show or stuff like that. And just seeing how special that moment has been to people. That's kind of really what drives me. And I just want to create as many of those experiences as possible for people.